Jim, thank you for your time. Your argument is that you're not defying the law, you're complying with it. It's the Premier who's misspeaking.
Absolutely. Victoria is in a crisis, in a really bad state, and it's very important that we follow government guidelines. If the government tells us to shut down, we'll be shut down, absolutely. Every franchisee will be suspended, their fees suspended, we will not provide work, we will not do anything. We just need leadership. And it's not helpful when we get completely contradictory mixed messages.
Do you accept the Premier's proposition, though, that this will put lives at risk if you have people out when they don't need to be?
No, absolutely not. What we do is completely safe. I don't agree at all. I didn't agree with what they did in New Zealand either. I thought it doesn't help one scrap towards community safety when you shut down people like lawn mowing contractors. However, it's up to the government to give guidance. We will do whatever the government says. The problem isn't when disobeying the law. The problem is the law is unclear.
When you're telling your franchisees, though, that you will pay the fine for them, are you not accepting that you are asking them to break the law?
No, what I'm doing is reassuring them. I'm saying my legal advice is there will be no fines, there will be no bad consequences. And they say, well, what if I'm fined? And I say, OK, then I'll pay the fine. I've just told them that, but it's not going to happen. There's no possible way. The Premier could solve this in 5 minutes. The health ministers refuse to actually speak on the subject. Why can't they just tell us what to do? These are the new guidelines. OK, we're closed. Or the Premier misspoke. OK, we follow the guidelines. Let's have some leadership here.
Have you sought any further clarification from either the state government or the health minister?
Oh, absolutely. That's the whole reason for going to the media. We tried through various sources, tried through our MPs and so forth. Tell us what to do. Give us some leadership. Give us some clarity. And in desperation, we've gone to the media to say, please, Premier, give us an answer. If the safety of Victorians is important to you, you've got to tell us what to do clearly and don't give totally opposite messages in different media.
There has been a lot of discussion right throughout this about what is an essential job, because a lot of it is down to perspective and who exactly you're helping. What is your argument for saying that your services are essential?
Well, they're important because obviously if your house is overrun with rats or cockroaches, you've got safety issues. The same thing with a pensioner trying to overflowing gutters. People think we just mow lawns, but actually, in fact, we do a lot of things this time of the year. Clear away rubbish, take away paths that people could slip and fall on. The cleaning division is very heavily occupied in cleaning houses and cleaning down services. We actually have special misting, special systems for getting rid of infections like they do in the supermarkets. So we're in the front line of defence against the infection. Now, I believe we actually help to keep Victorians safe. If the government disagrees, then say, OK, shut down, but let's have one message clearly.
The Franchise Council thinks you're going too far. They say that you're undermining the public health message. What's your response to them?
I think the Premier is undermining the health message. The Premier could solve this in 5 minutes. Let's have some leadership. Let's have some clarity. Let's have not mixed messages. If you care about safety, Premier, then tell us what we should be doing in one voice. Don't give contradictory messages and leave it up to the public to go off and decide for themselves. Isn't it important to know what we're supposed to do?
Are you aware of any of your franchisees receiving any fines yet?
No, of course not. No, there couldn't be. How could they be fined? They're actually, legally speaking, we are bound by the Department of Health and Human Services. We have clear guidance, which is out on every website that says that we can operate. There's no possible way they could be fined.